It's my pleasure to welcome our respected treasurer of Gaikwad Patil Group of Institution, Professor Sandeep Gaikwad, Principal Dr. S.S. Rathore, Director of Innovation, Incubation, Industry and Linkages, Training and Placement Cell of Gaikwad Patil Group of Institution, Dr. Prashant Guru, Vice Principal Professor Pragati Patil, all directors, deans, HODs, faculty members of organization and all my dear students. As we are all are present here for a very momentous event, that is inaugural ceremony of AICT sponsor Prerna scheme, which is for preparing SC/ST student for higher education through admission tests like GATE, GPAT, CAT, CMAT, TOEFL, IELTS and GRE. Let us start this event by inauguration. I request Honorable Treasurer of Gaikwad Patel Group of Institution, Professor Sandeep Gaikwad, to inaugurate the Prerna scheme by raising the curtain. Thank you, sir. Like every other auspicious occasion, we mark this event by digital lamp lightning. I request Professor Jeevan sir to share the screen of digital lamp lightning, and I invite respected dignitaries and participants for lamp lightning. Okay, thank you. Dear students, preparing for examinations like GATE, CAT, CMAT, GRE will give you all opportunities to learn in a highly competitive environment and thus develops and broadens your intellectual thought process. With these words, I request our principal Dr. S.S. Rathore for opening remark.
Today's webinar, and I give my thanks and regards to both of them for giving their time for our students. As a matter of fact, there is an acute shortage of qualified faculty in engineering and polytechnic colleges. Uh, as per the IICT norms, we need at least PG students, preferably PhDs, for being assistant professors. How to solve this problem? This problem can be addressed by promoting degree students of pre-final and final year to go for the postgraduate courses and programs. Uh, this Prerna scheme in particular aims at providing financial support to institutions like ours who are willing to put extra efforts for encouraging and training SCST students, deprived SCST students for GATE, GPAT, CAT, CMAT, and GRE. The broad objective of the scheme is to help aspiring and deprived SCST students seeking higher education through admission tests, entrance tests like GATE, GPAT, TOEFL, IELTS, and GRE. So this is the prologue of the whole exercise we are going to carry out today in this webinar. And because of corona crisis, all our activities have restricted to online these days. So I believe our students shall be taking advantage of our eminent speakers, and they will get the general outline of Prerna scheme and the advantages being given by our institution. Thank you, Neha. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. If possible, give me a few minutes at the end of this webinar to give my concluding remarks to tie up the loose ends. Thank you, sir. Uh,
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. This morning, we are delighted to have a very special expert for today's session. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our chief guest of this inaugural function, Honorable Director of Lakshminarayan Institute of Technology, Nagpur, Dr. Raju Mankar, former Vice Chancellor, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technology University, Loner, Raigad. Sir is PhD in Chemical Engineering from IIT Kanpur and awarded with postdoctoral fellow from University of Karlsruhe, Germany. He is having 39 plus years of academic and administrative experience. Presently, he holds position of member, Admission Regularity Authority, Government of Maharashtra, nominee of His Excellency Governor of Maharashtra on the Academic Council of Gondwana University, Gadchiroli. He visited many countries. Few of them are Germany, Netherlands, Australia, Italy, France, Switzerland, China, UAE, and Sri Lanka. He presented and published more than 25 papers in national and international conferences and journals. He is the author of 3 books. He has been invited as visiting scientist in IIT Kanpur for polymer reaction engineering laboratory, mechanical process engineering laboratory, University of Germany. Many awards and honors are in his credit. Some of them are Ideal Principal or Director Award by RTM Nagpur University, DAAD Fellowship for Research and Postdoctoral Research at University of Germany, honored by Sardar Iqbal Bahadur Singh Gold Medal by RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. It is really an outstanding and commendable body of work. We really feel privileged and fortunate to listen to you, sir. I request you to please address our participant. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay. So first of all, I thank the management of Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering, Shri Mohan Gaikwad sir, Sandeep Gaikwad sir. I thank principal of the college, Dr. Rathod, and all those involved in the organization of this event. I would like to thank Dr. Prashant Kadu, Professor Ambade, Professor Rohankar for organizing this event. Now we are here for the inauguration of Prerana scheme of AICTE. AICTE, as all of us in the field of technical education knows, All India Council for Technical Education, and this helps teachers, students, researchers in many ways in terms of various schemes, and then they provide us monetary help in terms of various grants for research, various scholarships, and so on. Particularly in the year 2011, when number of engineering colleges institutions in the country almost doubled, and with that tremendous increase in the number of engineering colleges, AICTE and the government of India recognize that there is a need and acute shortage of qualified manpower, qualified teachers in the technical education field. So it was decided that we need to promote AICTE as well as government of India. They thought that we must promote the post graduation level education, doctoral level education, and we should attract the talent right from the final year engineering students, attract them to the teaching profession, and provide them opportunities to go for post graduation in best of the best institutions like IITs, NITs, and so on. And at the same time, promote the doctoral research. More and more teachers, more and more uh, students from engineering stream should go for post graduation, and nowadays not only for post graduation, but they should continue with their doctoral studies, as now the minimum qualification for the post of even associate professor is PhD. 15 years back, even for entry level, that time it was called as lecturer, now we call it assistant professor. Entry level engineering graduate with BE BTech degree was eligible to become a teacher. Now it has been changed. Post graduation is compulsory, and I would say PhD is almost compulsory to become a teacher in engineering institution. So your next promotion of associate professor you will not be able to get unless you acquire your PhD degree. So for this, AICT is promoting it, and through the Prerna scheme, AICT providing the opportunity for the third year and final year students for training. So engineering college and institutes provided with some grant so that they can train these students through specialized coaching for various entrance examinations which are required, which is a must to get entry in good institutions at postgraduate level. Maybe post graduation in engineering, you have to qualify GATE. Post graduation in pharmacy, you have to qualify GPAT, that is Graduate Pharmacy Aptitude Test. If you want to go for management, you have to clear CAT or CMAT. And not only this, as far as the education in India is concerned, these examinations are okay or sufficient. But it also aims at promoting the students and helping them to appear for the examination, competitive examinations like Graduate Records Examination, GRE, Test of English as Foreign Language, IELTS. These tests are required if you want to join at postgraduate level after your graduation in foreign universities in USA, Canada, Europe, or many other countries. You must have valid GRE score, valid TOEFL score, or IELTS. And both these sets, Indian examination as well as the examination required to go for post graduation in the foreign countries, all these examinations need a specialized training, specialized coaching, and this scheme provides financial assistance to the engineering institutions so as to help the students. And this scheme is specially meant for SC/ST students, students belonging to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, so that the maximum number of students from these backward communities can also be attracted in engineering education, higher education. They should go for master's degree, PhDs, and should join the teaching profession. So I congratulate here the management and the coordinators of this scheme who will be implementing this scheme in Sri Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering for the students of third year and final year. So the scheme is meant for SC/ST students. I would request the management, if you have the space and you can allow few students, you also allow the students from other backward classes. The scheme doesn't restrict, because if you are running a class for 40 students, you can allow another additional 20 students, so they can also take benefit. So you will be providing the best kind of coaching for all these examinations, or maybe to begin with for few of these examinations. And definitely I'm sure that you will begin with the training for GATE and CAT, and the students will take maximum benefit of it. We should thank AICT, our students should thank AICT for this opportunity. And AICT not only promoting uh, this kind of education, but they have variety of scheme for scholarships. For girl students, they have Pragati scholarship scheme. For differently abled students, we call them Divyang students. For them, AICT runs Saksham scheme. Then there is Prerna scheme for SC/ST students. Again, it is not for coaching, but it is for higher education scholarships. And also, there is a scheme to promote entrepreneurship amongst SC/ST students, so that they can go for startups. And that scheme is also, that is named as Samriddhi scheme. So various schemes are available, and we should take maximum advantage of that. Once again, I congratulate all those who have started from submission of the proposals, and finally they got this grant. And today we are inaugurating this uh, coaching center, we can say, under Prerna scheme. So I thank all of you. Thank you for giving me opportunity to interact with the students. It is not interaction, it's because we are now in a different era. Inauguration online, everything is online. So we don't get that kind of effect when we see the smiling faces in front of us. And to speak before them live is a different thing. But anyway, still in these difficult times, all the teachers and staff of this engineering institute of Nagpur, they are working uh, for the betterment of the students. I also thank Kranti Kubragade madam for being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your words really motivated our students for such competitive examination. I thank you, sir, for extraordinary experience that you share with us. I appreciate all the knowledge and thoughts you shared to encourage our students. Thank you for making time out of your busy schedule and accepting our invitation. Thank you so much, sir. Dear participants, now it's time for the next expert session. I have pleasure of introducing of another guest as an expert speaker for today's session, Honorable IRS Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax Pune, Mrs. Kranti Khobragade. Ma'am has done her graduation in BSc Biotechnology and completed her post-graduation in Masters in Taxation and Business Law, Nalsar, Hyderabad. She is having 12 years of experience in various disciplines, worked as an assistant manager in State Bank of India for 2 years by clearing probationary officer examination in State Bank of India. Also work as an assistant commissioner of police, Maharashtra State Police after clearing MPSC examination in 2010. Currently, she is working as a Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax Pune. She has also cleared Union Public Service Commissioner, that is UPSC, in 2011 and got selected in Indian Revenue Service Income Tax. Ma'am, your work is admirable. You actually set as one of the biggest example for today's youngsters. It's really our privilege to have you with us today. I now request you to please address our students.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. Respected Dr. Raju Mankar sir, Dr. Mohan Gaikwad Patil sir, Dr. Sandeep Patil sir, Dr. Rathore sir, Dr. Prashant Kadu, and my dear students, a very good morning to everyone. I'm very happy, very privileged to be present here and interact with you, to speak to you. First of all, I would like to congratulate the management of Tulsi Ramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology for receiving this grant from AICTE. In fact, it is said that the teachers and the college management basically has a bigger chance to impact the mind of the students and to bring a change in their life. So it is a big opportunity for the college. I congratulate them. And next, I want to congratulate the students that they are having this opportunity, that the college is taking so much efforts so that they get the postgraduate degrees, that they study further in their lives. They become qualified enough, not only to get good jobs, as stated by Mankar sir, that today you need a lot of higher qualifications to get the the basic posts also, but to grow as an individual, to acquire knowledge also. Now this scheme is here. Basically, I am not from a technical background. I am not related to engineering courses, as Neha has told that I'm a student of biotechnology, a graduate, and later on I have qualified the competitive exams of UPSC, and I've got into the Indian Revenue Service. So my background is basically taxation. But what I want to tell here is, if you go into the crux of the scheme, as explained by Mankar sir, it is to achieve, it is to get the higher education, so that you grow as an individual, so that you get better job opportunities, so that you get better educational opportunities. I want to quote the example of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, who's our inspiration. So when he went to the Columbia University, and when Sayaji Rao Gaikwad provided him opportunities to get this post graduation degree, the opportunity which was provided to him, he took it and he studied hard, and he made sure that he gets it. And it is his struggle, basically it is his studies, it is his knowledge that has given us, all of us, an opportunity today to study at that level. It is the same thing that the government and the technical institute is trying to give you now, your college is trying to give you now. It is an opportunity which is being readily made available to you, to the students. So students, in fact, you are very lucky. You're getting these opportunities, you're getting the guidance from the well qualified teachers of yours, you're getting their advice. You should make the most of this and grab this opportunity. See, as an individual, when you learn, even today, I did my graduation from biotechnology, but I did my master's from Nalsar University in taxation laws. Today, I am trying to pursue law. Also, being in although I'm in service in the taxation services, I want to pursue law. I want to learn more. Further, it is in my mind that I want to pursue PhD. So as an individual also, it's not that you get a job and your studies are over. You should always try to learn more. You should try to get more knowledge. Students, this is for the students. I want to tell that don't stop. Whatever you have. Now you're in this scheme is for the third and the fourth year students, the final year students. This is the time when you have to decide. You have to have an aim in your life, what you want to become. When you have this aim in your life, accordingly you will have to learn. Once you have an aim, you need to study. Once you study, then only you will get knowledge. Once you get knowledge, then only you will get success. This is the right time, and this is the time when you are getting this guidance. Make the most of it. See, these are very testing times. As sir has also mentioned, that we would have liked to introduce, interact with you in an environment where we are face to face. Because of COVID, we are not even allowed to go out of our houses. The economies in the world are collapsing, that there is a job shortage. You don't know, you cannot actually guess what is going to happen. These are times of uncertainties. This is a little demotivating also, but you have to understand that this is what life is. Life is uncertainty, it is change, and change is what makes life. So you have to be confident, you have to be strong enough to make most of it from this. Again, reiterating that these are times when you need to put in a more effort, study harder. You have to do a lot of hard work, then only you will achieve what you get. And in all this circumstance, opportunity where people are coming out, your professors, your teachers are coming out and trying to help you. You should make the most of it. There is no reason why something should hold you back. You should not do that. So make the most of it. As I've already stated, the college is taking efforts to do all this, and they are going to, help you out in all possible ways. What I also want to tell you is, never stop learning. You have to continue to study to acquire knowledge. See, basically when we learn, then only we think, we get creative. Once we get creative, then only we get knowledge, and from this knowledge only we are going to achieve whatever we want. I want to quote example of my mother. My mother graduated long back when she got married, but she pursued her post graduation, I think a few years back, 5 6 years back. It's not that she wanted to do some job or something, but it is the knowledge that you want to achieve. She is a postgraduate today. I told my own example that even I want to pursue it further. So basically we need to uh, grab all the opportunities and study harder. See, students, which is the youth of today, I consider myself a part of your group. See, we are the ones who are going to build this nation tomorrow, or today, starting from today itself. What we do today and tomorrow is what is going to build the nation. We have a huge responsibility on our shoulders. The times are testing, but we have to, that is why, put in additional efforts, so that we make sure that not only we as an individual grow, we as a community grow, but our nation also grows to that extent. Forget all your insecurities, all the negative thoughts that you have. If you have them, please speak to uh, somebody who can help you out, who can uh, uh, you know uh, encourage you to achieve what you want to achieve in life. Once you have an aim in your life, make sure that you achieve it. Make sure you make efforts. Only if you keep planning and then ultimately you do not act also, if there is no action to what your thought is, there is going to be no result. So starting from today, make sure that you have an aim in your life. You make a plan how you want to achieve it, and make sure that you go in that direction. Start today. Don't wait for tomorrow also. Imagine yourself how you're going to be after 5 years, after 10 years. What is that you want to achieve? See, these the exams, gate, GMAT, TOEFL, everything, they are difficult exams. You need to put in a lot of effort, and when you are putting in effort, understand that you are not alone here. There is a group of people who's behind you, who's wanting that you actually clear their exam. And this is what the scope of the scheme also is. They want you to go through the exams, to pass it, to qualify it. And not only till post graduation, as sir mentioned, you can do PhDs as well. What else can you ask for? So make the best of make the best of this opportunity that you have at hand. I would again like to congratulate the management of Tulsi Ramji Gaikwad Patil College, that they are making efforts. They are building the lives of their students. As I can see, the whole management is very uh, sincere and making a lot of efforts for their development. I would finish my speech, but before that, I would like to again thank all of you that you have given me an opportunity to be present here and to speak to you. I'm really happy to be here, because it's not that I am trying to motivate you, it's that I am also trying to gain motivation from this, because even I want to achieve more knowledge in my life further. So my best wishes to everybody, and thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been blessing to have such an inspiring and well-informative motivational session. We are obliged by your kind gesture. Once again, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Students,
Thank
you
you.
can ask your questions to our expert by raising your hand or putting your questions in chat box. If anybody want to ask questions to our experts, you can put your questions in a chat box regarding anything related to examinations like GATE exam or CAT, CMAT, GMAT, any examination. If you have any doubt you want to ask, you can put your questions in a chat box. You can also raise your hand so that we can unmute you.
Not paying attention.
Okay. If no questions, I request our principal, Dr. S.S. Rathore, for concluding remark.
Thank you, Neha, for giving me an opportunity to conclude this wonderful session. Both the deliveries were so good, and almost every point regarding the Prerna scheme and was covered, and especially our second speaker, Ma'am Khobra Gade ma'am, gave a lot of inspiration to the students. One can learn from her how one can rise to the level of IRS officer. And I indeed liked one thing very much from her delivery, that one should always decide what he wants to be at the end of 5, 6 years. The objectives should be very clear in his or her mind. What exactly is the plan for life? And the students are really, really blessed uh, to have many schemes being run by the government. And in the world of globalization, every conceivable opportunity is open to the students at either in this country or abroad. Um, if I think about some 10, 15 years ago, the migration rate was so low, only the few ones could go to America or US, America or UK. But now students have all the opportunities and all the gateways open. They can use at their disposal to go to any country they want and any country they deserve. So this is a wonderful session, and students should learn from our eminent speakers what success is and how to achieve success in the forthcoming years. Maybe it's time when the world is facing a crisis and many of the foreign universities are not offering visa and other facilities to the Indian students. But the situation, to the best of my belief, will improve definitely in the days to come, and all these opportunities and avenues shall be open to the students in near future. With all these, conclude the session.
Okay. Kranti ma'am and Dr. Mankar sir,
Yes.
there is a question from our students.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
question from Sumed Raut of IT department. He is asking how to apply for GATE and GRE examination and TOEFL examinations.
Okay. For GATE examination, actually, there will be advertisement from IITs. The GATE is rotated amongst the IITs. One of the IITs conduct the GATE, and there will be advertisement on in the newspaper as well as on the websites of all IITs, and you can apply online for GATE and study properly. You need the knowledge of fundamentals only for of all the subjects, almost all the subjects which you appear in your engineering. Regarding GRE and TOEFL, you can find out the information about the website. GRE and TOEFL are conducted throughout the year. Almost every 2 months, you can uh, fill up the form online, give the choice of the centers, and you can appear. But what I would suggest regarding GRE and TOEFL, You have to plan very meticulously if you really are interested in going abroad for your higher studies. So there are two things. One is with scholarship and one is with your own money, own funding, and it amounts to be around 40 to 50 lakhs per year, which is not easy. Many students who can afford, their parents can afford, they go. But you should aim at getting scholarships, and for getting scholarships you need very high GRE score. You should be in top 1% of the students appearing from all over the world. Then only you can get entry with scholarships in one of the best institutions in USA. Mostly GRE is for USA. It is recognized by almost all the countries now, but mainly for US universities. And if you want to spend your own money, 40, 50 lakhs per annum, then of course GRE score, that is just remains a formality, it doesn't matter. But I don't recommend that path. You should go to any foreign university with the full scholarship. TOEFL, of course, it's not a very difficult examination because those who have studied in English medium, it is, and its high score requirement is also not there. It is basic minimum requirement that you know English, you can read, write, and speak English. But GRE is very tough examination. It is almost you can say of the level of CAT, and you have to be very serious for that. Application, how to apply and all that is very easy now. You can apply, you can give the search, you get the you can go to the portal, you can apply online, pay the fees online, give the preferences of the centers, you get the centers and admit card online, everything. That is not very difficult, but study, you should study hard and you should be very serious. You should not apply for these examinations casually. The form is there, so burn the form, fill up the form. No, it's not like that. You have to plan, and for GRE you have to plan 1.5 year in advance and start your studies. And once you are prepared, there are mock tests also. You can test yourself where you stand, and once you achieve a particular level which is expected to get into good universities in USA, then only fill up the form and apply. So many times, almost 6 times a year, this examination is conducted. So you don't have to bother about it. So that's all. And in addition to that, from my side, I would like to tell this examination and everything is all right, but you must learn one foreign language. One foreign language, may it be German, may it be French, Spanish, German, French, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese. So one of these languages you must learn. If you know one foreign language, if you have fairly good knowledge, that means just able to read, write, and speak and understand. You will not be able to speak fluently unless you go to that country and practice it. Always use it as a language, a language of communication among those people. It takes time, but I suggest you and I advise all the young students to you get advantage. I will give you my own example how I got advantage of that. When I was doing my PhD in IIT Kanpur, in the evening there were foreign language classes, French and German. So in the evening I thought, let us join the course. I chose German language, joined that course, certificate course, and then junior diploma. 2 years I studied it there just as a hobby. I thought in evening the classes are there, one foreign language, let us learn. But nothing was in my mind what exactly and how it will help me. But after I finished my PhD, I saw an advertisement of uh, DAAD, German Academic Exchange, and there was a postdoctoral scholarship announcement of postdoctoral scholarship from German government, and other requirements, age limit was there, then you should be PhD in engineering from reputed institute, everything was there, and then working knowledge of German language, that was the condition. And in our IIT Kanpur, amongst all branches, there were only 3 PhD students who were having working knowledge, passed that certificate and junior diploma. So it helped me. I applied, and luckily I got that scholarship. 2 years I was there on scholarship for postdoctoral research. So like that, it helps. So I'm telling this story 25 years back almost. So please make it a point. And of course, this center, which is open in Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patel College of Engineering, they are going to, teachers are going to train you in this. So how to apply, etc. These are very basic things that anyway you will know. You are smart generation, much smarter than us. But two things, please keep in mind. Please learn one foreign language. That will help you. How it will help you, you will come to know later. And second thing, if you want, if you decide, and if you have already made up your mind to appear for GRE, your goal should be clear. What you are going to do, where you are going to apply. You should shortlist your universities and prepare well. And once you find that in mock tests, online mock tests, you achieve that particular score, then only apply. Once you apply, in within 2 months you can appear for your examination. I think I made most of the queries on this clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There is a question from our students for you specially. They are very eager to know your journey of becoming a officer and some information UPSC exam.
Yeah, okay. So my journey, see, I am basically from Nagpur only. I told you I've done my graduation from LAD College in biotechnology. So basically, my father is also from the Indian Administrative Service, EZ Private. So I always wanted to come into the government service. So as I have advised you that you should have your aim in life. I had decided that I wanted to appear for the competitive exams. UPSC, which is the Union Public Service Commission, which conducts the exam for this All India services and the central services. So I wanted to give this exam. While preparing for this, after completion of my biotechnology degree, actually I had taken admission in National Institute of Virology, which is placed in Pune, for the post-graduation MSc Virology course. But unfortunately, I couldn't complete it because I focused completely on UPSC exams. So while appearing for this, I also appeared for other competitive exams, which is the probationary officers exam of SBI. I also appeared for the civil services examination, which is conducted by MPSC, which is Maharashtra Public Service Commission. And these study material being related, it actually helped me to qualify all these exams. But again, you have to plan. You have to see yourself where you're going to be. As I said that when I was studying for UPSC, I was actually working with the SBI, so I did not have much time to study. But even after attending office all day, in the evening I had this set hours of study. So you have to plan accordingly. You being students now also, you have to plan how much time you're going to give for which subject, how much time you're going to give for this particular exam or for that exam. You have to plan where you're weak, where you're strong. So you have to find out if this is your strong point. Make sure that whatever question is asked on that particular subject, you score in it. But if you know that you're weak in something, or you need to develop yourself, assign time to that subject as well. So the journey is basically how you plan, how you want to succeed. You may even face failure. If you face failure also, you have to overcome it. You have to learn from your failures, basically why this happened. But don't keep it with you, that, or don't be demotivated, don't have low confidence, don't have any kind of inferiority complex saying that this I cannot do this, or this is not achievable. See, here, because it has come to mind, I want to point out, don't ever think that ye mere bas ka nahi hai, ye mujhse nahi hoga. That is the best thing. You have to say that ये मुझसे होगा और मैं करके दिखाऊंगी. तो क्वेश्चन में एक्चुअली IAS ऑफिसर लिखा है, मैं IRS में हूँ, इट इज इंडियन रेवेन्यू सर्विस. बट दिस इज माय जर्नी, दिस इज हाउ आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड, this is how I have qualified, and my only guidance again to you is, make sure you have an aim in life and make sure that you just do everything to achieve it. Thank you.
Ma'am. Actually, one more question is from our student for you, that at which age you need to start for UPSC examination?
Oh, okay,
Like,
I'll tell it in very short. There is no age basically. There is only a age eligibility criteria till what age you can appear for the exam. But it's if you start as early as possible. See, make sure, even if you want to appear for the competitive exams again, because you're students of engineering college, I want to advise you, finish your degree first. Make sure that you have all put in all your efforts to score good marks in your graduation. Then you plan what you want to do in life. See, if you want to go for post graduation, again, हमारे टाइम में I graduated in 2007. हमारे टाइम पे graduation फिर भी चल जाता था. आपके generation में now today, I think graduation, being graduate is not being qualified, or being very less qualified. You need to study further. You need to get a PG degree. If possible, yes, go for doctorate studies. But make sure that first, whatever stream you're in your case, which is engineering and all, make sure that you score very well in your degree so that you have an option available here. And then if you really want to appear for the competitive exams also, once you study well for your graduation studies, your post graduation studies, you can side by side start with this also. But again, don't do this that you are not scoring well in either. So because you are qualifying for a degree, or you are studying for a degree, or make sure कि पहले engineering you do it, you put in a lot of effort in that and you score well in that first. And as I have suggested, there's no age at where you can start this, but there's a criteria of age for appearing for this exam.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kranti ma'am and Mankar sir, for answering our students' questions very positively manner. I request Professor Vishwajit Ambade, coordinator of the program, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. I, Professor Vishwajit Ambade, coordinator of Prerna Scheme, feeling privileged to propose the vote of thanks for today's inaugural function on behalf of the Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering Technology, Nagpur. My heart fills with lots of gratitude and respect for our honorable chief guest, Dr. Raju Mankar, who spared his precious time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. I sincerely thanks to our guest of honor, Mrs. Kranti Kubragade, for gracing your crucial work and sharing with us your opinion and finding this present time. Really, we highly oblige. It will be great pleasure for us to listen to you again in the future event. I like to express my gratitude towards our respected treasurer of GPGI, Professor Sandeep Gaikwad sir, for always showing us the right path and encouraging us to work in the right direction. I would like also to thanks our principal, Dr. S.S. Rathod sir, for your guidance and support. I also thanks Dr. Prashant Kadu sir for your gracious presence and huge support at all time. Next, I would like to thank our Vice Principal, Professor Pragati Patil, for leading and inspiring us in working towards the goal of conducting this webinar. Thank you, ma'am. I am also thankful to all the deans and HODs for your valuable guidance and encouragement in all our effort and to give support to ensure that this event becomes successful. Biggest thank I owe to my dear students of our institution for attending this inaugural function positively. Without your presence, this event would not have been reached to its height. Thank you from bottom of my heart for joining with us. I am also thank the Sunil Gise sir, Professor Neha Mogre ma'am, Professor Jeevan Teyankar, and Professor Jayant Rohankar sir, who are the backbone of this webinar and making this event to run smoothly. Once again, thank you all for your gracious presence. Now I would like to take a permission from dignitaries to end the program. Thank you. Have a nice day.